Men. So you want to know how to get girls. Um, I really hate this topic because I don't know. I just think it's been so exploited, and I've seen so many people make videos like this and use these slimy, manipulative, fucking like just gross tactics. And it's like this insecurity that they tell you to use to project on maybe another insecure individual and get yourself all tangled up just to get in the sheets with somebody. And if that's your motive, then this video is not for you. But if your motive is to genuinely connect with another human being who is of the opposite sex, then maybe I'll have some insight for you. So I guess we can just dive right in. First thing I'm going to say, if you're trying to attract a girl, or say that there's a girl that you like, say you're at the gym and you see a girl that you like and you want to talk to her, I would say the first thing you have to do is examine yourself. Why do you want to talk to her? You just trying to fuck? Like, you just trying to like get it in and that's it? You're not trying to make any commitments. You just want to go and use and abuse and be gone? If that's it, well then don't waste your time, because that's a human being as well. And if you're just trying to attract women for your own selfish desires and ambitions, well, just I'm gonna be frank with you. You might as well just go whack off in the corner. Not that I support that behavior, but don't waste your time and don't waste their time. But if you genuinely want to connect and you find that person across the room attractive, examine yourself in the way of what am I hoping to get from this engagement? I think she's attractive. Do I have my shit together? Do I have a steady job? Do I have emotional stability? Am I emotionally mature enough to start pursuing a relationship? Because she's going to come with baggage. Everyone has baggage. Now, you have to examine yourself in regards to this and say, am I ready for this? Or am I just going to be wasting my time and her time? And if that's the case, just be honest with yourself. And you can admire from a distance, but it doesn't mean you have to act and pursue, okay? Because first and foremost, any individual, guy or girl, should be pursuing their own mental well-being, their own health and wellness, their own stability in their career, in their life, and what it is that they're trying to accomplish. Essentially being who they want to be with versus attracting who they want to be with because they're not comfortable with being with themselves, or in being with themselves, or whatever, however you phrase that. You get what I'm saying? So that right there is the foundation, in my opinion, before approaching another individual, right? Because I hear a lot of these fucking dudes on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram being like, yeah, just say this and walk up with confidence, da-da-da. To an extent, yeah. But first you need to make sure that your foundation is right. Because you can walk up to a girl with all the confidence in the world, and you might be able to manipulate and woo her and like kind of sweep her off of her feet. But then what? What, you guys are gonna fool around a little bit and then realize that it's not gonna work because neither of you have done the work in yourselves, and then now you just fucking wasted all of this time that you could have been investing in yourself, making yourself ready for a more sustainable relationship. So you can do all of that. You can whatever, it's your fucking life. But if you want a real answer, listen to that first and really make sure you got you right before you go out there and try to fucking be codependent and manipulate and use and abuse another human being. So, with that hard truth out of the way, say you are in the right place. and you are ready to pursue a relationship, and this is something that you actually want to do, and you want to find somebody that you want to commit to. Okay, great. Say you see her at the gym, or you see her at the fucking corner store, whatever. Here's what you do. You just be honest. If you make eye contact, cool. If she doesn't make eye contact with you, then it's most likely that she's not interested. Okay? However, that doesn't mean that she's not. And you can always spark a conversation. Maybe find a common interest or a common talking point or something. Maybe you like her shoes or the way that she carries herself. I remember there was a time that I was eating at Chipotle, and a girl had walked in as I was eating at one of the tables. She walked in, and just by the way she carried herself, and she was attractive, but there was something about how she carried herself that triggered me, that made me think like, man, you are really interesting, like you are really attractive. And as she was leaving, I said, excuse me. And she turned around and she said, yes. And I was like, I hope this doesn't sound weird, but you have a confidence about you that's very attractive. And I don't know if you know this about yourself, but the way you carry yourself and your kind of demeanor is very appealing and is very interesting. So I just thought you should know that. And she's like, oh, wow, thank you. I appreciate you saying that. I was like, yeah, no worries. And then she asked me, what's your name? And I said, Darren. And we started a conversation. Nothing ever came. I think we went on one little date and that was it. Nothing ever came from it. We didn't sleep together. We didn't fool around and nothing ever came from it. Now she's married, she has kids, and, we say hi to each other on Instagram every now and then. But I knew after that first date, this probably isn't going to work. It's just, yes, you're attractive. And yes, I still meant what I said. However, it's not going to fit. And we were both honest and mature enough to kind of go our separate ways. But you see in that engagement, it was just me being honest. And she could have easily said, yeah, that's fucking weird, and walked away. Easy. Okay, cool. And then what would I have been left with? Nothing. I just would have, at least I spoke my truth. Take it or leave it, But there was actual connection there, and say it did work out. Say we did go on that date and it worked out and everything was great, and we had a future together, but it didn't. And that's fine. So the whole point of that story is to say, just be honest. If you see somebody and you're attracted to them, don't go with this bullshit of hey girl, real quick, you're mad cute. Yo, that shit doesn't fucking work, dude. You can't talk to another human being like they're a fucking idiot, or they're a fucking piece of meat, or they are whatever the fuck, dude. Just speak to them like you would want to be spoken to, right? And if there's a connection, then there's a connection. If not, then there isn't, But this fear of rejection that holds us back, which is a very real fear, I get it, is crippling only when you're not comfortable in your own skin. And if you're not comfortable in your own skin, there's no fucking way you're ever going to be comfortable in any relationship, period. You're going to be dependent on that person. You're going to be relying on them for your affirmation and your comfortability and your fucking confidence and all this bullshit because you never took the time to find it in yourself, okay? So take the time to find it in yourself first. Get your shit right. Get your own mental well-being and confidence established first, build your business before you build your house type of thing. And then when you do decide to go out there and approach a woman, you can just find common ground. If you're walking down the street and she walks past you and she smiles, find something to say hey, I like your shoes, or hey, how are you? Or if you want to be brave enough, just be like, hi, what's your name? Simple. And just be honest. Honesty always wins. And if you get rejected, look, they're not rejecting you because they don't know anything about you. They might just not be interested, and that's it. You just might not fit the physical appeal that they're looking for. And sometimes you might not fit the physical appeal, but they still want to talk to you and shit. I mean, I've seen tons of girls and guys and couples that I'm like, whoa, that person's really hot and that person's really not, but it works somehow, you know? So don't disqualify yourself. Just better yourself before you just try to go and treat women like they're a piece of meat or like it's some kind of fucking game because you're so insecure and you need somebody to kind of validate you, some kind of trophy relationship or bullshit like that. Nobody deserves that. Not you, and definitely not the other person. So with that said, I've spoken enough. This is my 2 cents on how to approach a woman and however the fuck I should phrase that. But hopefully this was helpful to you and gave you some insight. And if you have any questions, please do let me know. Leave them in the comments. And I know that this video is a little different than what I typically do, but it's kind of been, it's just been bothering me, the shit that I see people putting out. I'm like, stop listening to this manipulative bullshit. That's the last thing you should be doing, is trying to manipulate your way into somebody's pants or heart or life. So with that said, I love you guys. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear your opinions and maybe how it's going for you. If you have any other questions, let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to answer them. I love you guys. Take care of yourself. And until next time, peace.